Welcome back to episode 3 of the currency series, where we're going to be making one of the most iconic commands in any currency bot, which is the bank command. And we'll also be making a couple of other functions just to help us later on. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, here I am in my Visual Studio Code. So first of all, you're going to want to import random. Right here, right? You're going to do import random. It already comes pre-installed with Python, so you should be fine on that end. And then what we'll do is we'll create yet another function, and it's going to be async def. And honestly, what we can do is we can just steal half of this code because half of it is literally the same code. So we can just do update wallet, and then instead for the amount over here, what we want to do is we want to remove that because if you because this will be the update underscore bank. And we'll be updating, you guessed it, the bank. And over here for the, I guess, where we have to grab things from the database, we're gonna use all three values, which is wallet, bank, and max bank. Now the reason that we're gonna do this is we're gonna compare everything. So we want to make sure that somebody can't transfer too much from their wallet into their bank, like funds that they don't have. And so we're gonna need all three of them, and we don't want to make it so it's able to go above the max bank. And so that's why we have all three of those in there. Now what we can do is we're going to keep this just like it is. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to do something called, we're going to create a new variable called capacity, and that's going to be equal to data2, which is the max bank, minus data1, which is the bank. And this will give you how much capacity you have left inside of the bank. And then we can do if amount.lower equals max, or amount.lower equals all. Then what we can do is we can do amount equals capacity. So if they do max or all or something like that, then what we can do is just like however much they can fit in the bank, then that's what amount will equal to automatically. And then let's say the wallet, or let's just say the wallet, or actually in this case, the amount that they request to put in the bank is bigger than the capacity of the bank, then we're just going to return 1. And this is kind of like an error code type of thing that I'm developing. So 0 would equal like a balance has not been created yet, or like an account has not been created yet. 1 will be like you don't have enough funds for that, or you don't have enough room for that, and such. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And now over here for the update bank, we're going to do update bank set wallet, and set bank equals question mark set wallet and bank. And then over here, instead of doing data plus amount, we're going to do data minus amount. And then over here, we're going to do data plus amount. So basically, we're just changing where it's stored. We're just swapping them to. And that's pretty much it. That's all we need to do. And now we can move on to our bank command. Now our bank command is going to have a bit more to it. It's going to be actually easier to code, but it's going to be something that was highly requested from you guys, so that's why we'll do it. So over here for the bank command, I'm going to create a cooldown, which is a 30-second cooldown. And the reason I'm doing this is because, well, you don't want people spamming this command just so they can get a bunch of free coins. And so I added a cooldown. The cooldown type is user, and so this will vary depending on each user. Now let's just create the command here. I'm gonna call it beg. You can add any aliases that you'd like, and over here it's just be ctx. Now that we open this up, we can create two things using the random. First, we're gonna do chances, so that's gonna equal random.rand int. So what we're going to use this for is essentially if on the off chance that it's 1 out of the 4 numbers that it can be, then it will just mean that you don't actually get anything. Once again, you can just mess around with the chances as much as you like. That's all up to you. I'm just going to do these chances off the top of my head and hope they work out. So let's say chances equals 1. Then it will return await ctx.send. You got nothing, right? So your begging was a failure, basically. And then we can do another, right? So if they surpass this, right, it was one of the other 3 numbers that it could have been. Then we'll create another variable called amount. And now this is going to be the same thing, random.random. And this is where you can set your min and max amount from the coins, right? So I'm going to do 5. So the minimum that you can get from begging is 5 coins. But the maximum that you can get is 300. Once again, you can vary this however you like. If you want the economy to be a bit like less and more manageable, where people have a lot less money, then you can make this 30. If you want it to be very high, very inflated, then you can make this 3,000. Once again, it's up to you, whatever you like. And then what I'm going to do is res equals await update underscore wallet. And over here, we're going to do ctx.author and amount. So basically, we're just going to update the wallet with our information. That's basically all we're doing. And then over here, if res equals 0, so if res, right, our thing, if it returns 0, like here, our error code, I guess you could say, then that will mean that there's actually no account made for that user, and so one was created, and that, I guess, this beg command would have to be ran again. So that's literally what we're going to tell the user, right? No account found, so one has been created for you. Please run the command again. Simple as that. And then lastly, we want to send a confirmation message, right? So awaitctx.send. If everything else goes right, they already have an account and they got lucky over here, then they're gonna get their amount of coins as they should. And so we'll do something like fstring you got amount coins. Now, some of you guys may want to add people, right? So like a Dank member has customized beg messages, so something like Donald Trump gave you ... or I don't know, a Dank member developer gave you ... It could be whatever. Then basically what I'll do is you can actually create an array of people or messages that you'd want, and you can actually just randomly go through them in this. I might add that later on in the series depending on how many of you guys want it, and that will be, just let me know in the comments down below. And that's pretty much it. That is how you can make a beg command in whatever the update bank in Discord, or I guess Nextcord in our case. Anyways, thanks for watching today's video. Until next time, go stick out. See ya.